Yo, what's up? This is the Fat Papi Slim Papi podcast. Got your boy Slim Papi in the building.
Yo.
And we have a very special guest. He is hunted by many, but devoured by few. This is a first timer to the podcast. He goes by the name of MILF Prey. No, he's not praying for a MILF, but MILFs are preying on him.
It's a curse.
It's a gift and a curse. It comes with a lot of fruit snacks.
Oh, yeah. I got plenty of those. And the Lunchables.
Nigga, I had a Lunchable for lunch today. God.
Me too.
I can't even say. I had the cheap Lunchable, too. I didn't even have the Capri Sun.
Do you feel weird when you're eating a Lunchable, though? Like, people are judging you?
No, I'm like, yo, this is a ghetto charcuterie plate.
Well, okay. Because I eat my Lunchables, at home, so I don't really have people looking at me. But I've seen some grown people like do it like that's just like the thing to do. So I guess it is kind of normal.
Hey, look, there's a reason why we went crazy over this shit in middle school.
Me.
Are you eating a Lunchable? MILF Prey? Are you eating a Lunchable in public?
Yeah, if the MILF packs it for me, she tells me to have a good day at work, then that's what I got to eat.
I mean,
if I come home with it, yeah.
The funny part is she says, have a good day at work, and he hasn't even left.
You ever get pissed off that they gave you the wrong Lunchable? It's like, yo, why'd you give me the ham and cheese one? I wanted the pizza ones. You had like 4 of them.
I can't tell you how many times I got to be clear about that. It's pizza or the nachos. I don't want that turkey. I don't want that ham. I mean, especially because with a MILF, you're already eating roast beef, but not from Lunchable.
All right. Goodness gracious.
Need a break from that.
Hey, man, lunch meat is lunch meat. As long as you don't get no bologna.
That's a fun game to play. Look up a picture and figure out if it's roast beef or not. Or, something else close up.
Goodness gracious. So is that prime rib? It's just a little thicker than your average roast.
It's falling everywhere.
God, I thought it was winter.
Ooh.
This is making me hungry, guys. I'm not going to lie.
I know a couple recommendations.
I'm just saying, roast beef is my actual favorite of the lunch meats. So this does not bug me.
You can go to Arby's. You can go to Heather's. You can go to Monica's.
They all have the meat.
Yeah. I felt like the weird kid because I was like into like, grown people shit, roast beef or what's the pistachio ice cream.
Yeah, you're strange for that. You got to play that shit off like you had.
But yeah, I haven't had a MILF. Well, I made a MILF.
Nice. Oh,
that's a creation of your own. That's your own Frankenstein.
Does that make me Igor? Eatgor?
Eatgor? Oh my God. Can we just check in and see how everybody's doing before we continue on with this?
All right. Well, as you can tell, I'm feeling good. I got my spiked eggnog for the holidays. Other than that, I'm chilling. Eggs? Yeah, I was going to just have raw eggs and Bacardi mixed up, but I don't think
it's called the sloppy Rocky.
There you go. Yeah, but I felt like it wouldn't be good to just drink straight up salmonella. So yeah, other than that, I'm good. How are y'all?
Yeah, let's hear how you're doing, MILF Prey.
Well, my MILF stalker has left me alone. That's always a nice update since the last time we've had our talks.
Really?
It's Christmas, and as usual, my dad is not here, but that's an everyday thing. It's not just a Christmas thing. So we're keeping the tradition of that going.
Yeah,
I got a new job that I've been working at for the past, three months, and I make a pretty good amount of money, and I have not been given work to do in the last month because it's a contract employer. So I literally go to work every day for 8 hours, sit at my desk, log in on the computer, and open up a Excel sheet with the same numbers every day.
God.
And nobody says a word to me. And that's pretty much how my life goes, and I'm paying off my car pretty fast. So
That's
life's amazing.
Awesome. That's easy money right there.
It is the steal of my life, and they have not figured it out yet.
No, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. This is gonna be bad. But you know, I worked with you for a while, and had a lot of people that, although you are Hispanic, had a lot of people that may have mistaken you for Asian. Do you think
they thought I was Jeremy Lin?
God, that's the only Asian I know.
There's only a height difference between us, and a size difference too.
Like I said, I wear a 36 belt. But you ever think maybe because, you know, they might think you're Asian and you got numbers in front of you that they're doing something that you're doing something that they couldn't possibly do?
You know, that's a pretty good suggestion or idea, because on my first day there, they misspelled my last name, and then they repeated it, and they were like, "What is that? You know, where's that come from?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Hispanic." And no lie, my boss looks at me, mostly looks at my eyes, and he goes, "Really? Like,
they have Mexicans in Asia?
Because your eyes are telling me that's a different kind of name."
Mexicans in
and
Asia.
And ever since then, ever since my first day, my boss has not talked to me. He kind of shoehorned me over to another supervisor, and now that I think about it, they might just think I'm some random Asian dude that's good with numbers.
He's lying. That's why I don't want him around. He said he wasn't Asian. I know Asian when I see one.
They're like, lock him up. We got to keep this Asian. He thinks he's slick.
Yeah.
Giving us a fake last name.
He said, "Oh, what'd you bring? An orange chicken burrito?"
You know, my first week there, every Friday they cater for the office, and my first week there was Chinese food. I don't know if that was a welcome, or like for me, or if that was just good time.
It'd be fucked up if you went to the table to get your food and they all bowed to you.
Oh, yeah, and they hit a gong or something.
Yeah.
Just bang the table.
I don't even have
a gong. A fortune cookie.
Downloaded an actual app just to fucking do it.
And they're rocking that tune, that ding-a-ding-a-ding-ding-ding-ding.
And you're like, is there some maracas? You're like, is there any maracas in this bitch?
And they're like, maracas? Isn't that a Hispanic thing? Don't you want some violin or something? Asians love their strings instrument.
You know, let's just please, dear God, don't go into any death jokes, because that's a little too far for the podcast.
Oh, who are we talking about? My prom date? I could talk about that. My prom date? Yeah, it's all right.
No, I was never mind.
Death joke.
You were just saying Asians and strings, and I was getting a little worried here.
Oh.
I was like,
see, that's your own self racism leaking into other races just because you're black. It's like, calm down, sir.
God.
Yeah, that's your racism, but I agree.
I can't even lie. You know, it's a gift and a curse. It is a gift because I've literally had random people just come up to me and be like, "Is it true what they say?" Which is as weird as it fucking gets. And I'm like,
didn't we know someone that had asked you that before?
I was like, yeah, so this guy MILF Prey is actually the boss, and you're just really gonna say that right here? Okay, everybody knows about it. That's cool.
I didn't give anything away. All I said is we had a mutual contact that may or may not have asked about some packaging.
Just like, I'm just here to clean.
That's my title as the Mexican on staff.
God. I was waiting for that joke to come around.
Do you have any funny stories to tell about when we were working together?
Let me try and think. Off the top of my head, well, all I remember is like that psycho MILF lady that took the photo of me, or tried to. She thought she was slick, but she
was like slick, all right. She said, "I got a little less friction when I take my steps now."
I will tell you this: I saw her one last time. Disappointingly, I'm very disappointed in myself for that. I hit a very low, and I thought that would make me feel better, which every guy should know that it does not make you feel better. It just makes you feel worse in the end. And I got to tell you, man, that idea, that saying, throwing a hot dog down the hallway, I felt it. I mean, I didn't feel anything because it went right in, but I know that expression now very close to my heart, and it hurts. And it doesn't get better.
She offered you hot dogs as a snack after.
No, that would have actually made things a little bit better. But unfortunately, no, she did not pack my lunch the next day.
I mean, I hate to say it, but it's sad, and I know a lot of guys who have succumbed to this, but some of these women, man, they're smart. They know just to be persistent. They're like,
is it? Is that really the key?
The crazy thing.
I feel like
she was very persistent for a while, and I was always like, no, I'm good. But when you have someone that you actually are into, and they do what that person did to me, you get desperate. And that was when because I knew, I was like, man, all I got to do is just ask her if she's free. And if she's free, she's willing. And she was free, and she was willing, and she was very loose. And I regret it.
Hey, man. Sometimes gotta get a little limber.
I'll tell you this though, I'm glad that it's over now officially. You know what the funny thing is? She well, I'm gonna say she put me down, but she didn't really, because you'd have to like care. No, she didn't kill me, but she put me down in the sense that she thought she was breaking my heart, or like, giving me some bad news when she told me she couldn't see me anymore. And I got to tell you, that was some of the greatest news I've heard in my entire life, because I think yeah, you remember the whole story about her offering to kill someone else for me, and which is not a joke, by the way. She genuinely offered to kill a woman that I went on a date with. And yeah, so one day she had messaged me and she goes, I can't see you anymore. I've met someone else. And I just called her bluff. I was like, you mean you're still with your husband that I saw you with at the laundromat? Yeah, okay. And that was it. Now we don't talk to each other anymore, thankfully.
See, we had worked at a gym, and let this be warning to all of you guys. This is what happens when you're all hot and ready like a Little Caesars pizza, and then you take pre-workout and go start talking to people.
Let the records show I did not initiate contact with her. She started talking to me.
That's how it goes sometimes. You know what?
And I don't regret the first time. I don't.
But the second time?
But the second and third time?
God. That's what I'm saying. Persistence. I guarantee you there was at least 6 months of separation between the second and third time.
Oh, at least a year, I think. Yeah. And then I was just like, what's the easiest thing I could not have to pay for?
I knew this one girl who was so big that she almost didn't have a chin. And she just kept on trying to holler at my homeboy. And we would always make fun and be like, yeah, dog, that's the girl you're going to hook up with. You're going to hook up with her. And he's like, no, dog, I'm never going to hook up with her. Yada, yada, yada. Next thing, that was at the beginning of school, in high school. Next thing you know, it's starting to get warmer outside. And she came up to him and was like, hey, you want something extra for lunch today, babe?
Oh. And,
I guess that 5 months of persistence, she caught him at a down moment. That's just how it goes.
They're smart. They're like those raptors in Jurassic Park. A clever girl.
They're just going after wounded prey.
How was your friend after? Was he like had like the walk of shame?
He tried to play it off like he's like, oh man. He's like,
nah, man, her cankles are kind of hot. I've never been with a girl with no chin. You just go straight from head to neck.
Oh
man, that's the quickest way to get some collarbone. You ever got some collarbone? He said, "Listen."
So she was that big. She passed the 2 and 3 chins and just went for no chin.
She went Una. Like she had
the Omni chin.
Honey Boo Boo.
It was no, because Honey Boo Boo at least had a lump to where you could see where it might have been prior. But no, this girl did
Back when she was regular size.
This guy was like, "Oh man, whatever, dog. I just broke up with my girl. Whatever. She was there. I needed to get a nut. Yada yada." And he's like, "And whatever, man. She's like, she gave me a flight to Boston, aka some oral sex for any of you people with baby ears." He's like, "She gave me a flight to Boston. I ain't never had nothing like that. I was flying first class." Oh my God.
Ooh.
Damn.
He's like, "I can't even lie. I might hit it again." I'm like, "Sir, sir,
Stop while you're ahead.
stop while you're ahead." Then he said, "I'm gonna stop while I get head." I'm like, "Oh, you nasty."
My man, I would high five him right there.
I don't know any man that has that type of willpower to just stop mid-head session.
I ain't stopping for shit. So,
I have.
you stopped in the middle of head.
Have they ever? Well, I guess she technically stopped in order to talk about another guy, and that was enough to put it on the back burner.
What did you put on her back burner? Is that code for anal?
Not in that situation. But yeah, I don't remember. Like, she was there doing all the work, and I remember she stopped, and her ex got brought up. So I kicked her in the face. No, I'm just kidding. And
she's like, "Nigga, you brought her up or brought him up."
She was talking about him, and I was like, "What?" And the little guy just got lost. You know, he couldn't rise to the occasion. Because that's not a thought you want to put in a guy's head. You don't want another guy in your head while you're getting head.
You know what's the funniest thing? She's probably over here like, "Oh my God, you taste so much better than Clarence." You're just like, "Thanks, but
keep going."
But in my head, I'm the only one you've ever tasted. Yeah. She brought him up, and I was like, "This is the weirdest shit someone's probably ever said."
Fuck anybody with a name that starts with a C.
Fuck carrots.
Yep. Gotta love it. Fuck carrots.
Yeah, thankfully getting out from that job, I wouldn't say it saved my life, but it saved me a lot of trouble, because things did not get better once you were gone. If anything, things probably got amped up a little bit more. I like burgers, the whole thing with burgers. I don't know if you remember burgers.
I don't remember burgers.
Well, we found out that name Burgers from Burgers' Instagram. Does that ring a bell?
No, it doesn't. I'm that big of a shitbag. The only person I remember is
I guess you remember nobody.
Yeah, that one fucking crazy person that was trying to fucking talk to me all the time. And I was just like, "Dog, let me fucking go hide." This human being is fucking insane.
I do remember that one, and I remember that crush that you had, that really big crush that you had, that you always wanted to see her leaving. Because it hurt you, but you liked watching her go. She was nice.
He's like, "I don't look at any women."
I don't look at any women. I'm in a committed relationship. That's how the game goes.
Right. I forgot. Even before you were in a committed relationship, you were a gentleman.
And
you were checking in only. You were only checking in the men.
Gentleman and scholar.
Only checking in the men. Hey, fella. Welcome to Planet Fitness.
God. I was raised right, so I'm only checking in the men.
I know, I'm not going to say who, but I know there was a guy that was working with us that he'd go over to the shower section, and he had a very interesting way of saying your name, but he'd go to the shower section and be like, "Hey, how you guys doing? We don't have any towel service in here, but I have no problem wrapping you."
What do you say to that? How do you get out of that situation? You just walk away?
That said that?
No, thank God.
Oh God!
If somebody said that, you would know about it.
When you said that, and you said that it was someone we worked with, I had an idea of who it might have been. Because you said that they pronounced my name funny.
Oh, that was fucking...
I instantly thought of one person. I was like, I know who that is because I can do their voice. But if I do it on here, I will be outed.
Yeah. Goodness gracious, that place was actually pretty fucking crazy. And I don't know about you guys, like, I tried to stay cool at work, but everybody else at that job did not give a fuck. Like, we worked at a gym, and I was the only person that wasn't trying to talk to anybody, but like other coworkers, managers, shit like that, didn't give a fuck. A bitch could be like on the elliptical working out, and they'd be just come right up to her while she's just fucking.
Be like, "Hey, do you work out here?" Yeah.
So do you want a free gym membership? Yeah. Do you want to taste it? Like, what? Oh, I was asking if you want to go out to eat some food later.
I can't tell you how many times I struck out there.
I mean, I'm just going to tell you, you shouldn't be hitting on a fucking girl at the gym when you work at the gym.
Well, let me think back. How many girls did I genuinely ask out there? And I'm talking just the ones that I asked out. So, excluding coworkers, there was... there was...
Were you no, never mind.
Abusing power? Absolutely, yeah.
I was about to say, like, were you like a manager and just hitting on girls mid interview?
Oh, not mid interview, but I would try to,
Is there any other experience you got?
He's over here like, did you fill out
like that? For the interviews, I remember passing along, good praise on certain applicants towards my manager. I was like, you got to call this one back. She was amazing. She was a 10, but not, interview wise. And there were cases like that. There was never a, hey, so you want that $2 raise? Well, you got to make something else raise. Nothing like that.
No, but you got to squat to get the spot.
I heard you, sir. I heard you over here like, oh, did you fill out an application? Okay, well then I'm gonna have to fill something out. What?
Oh yeah. Cream filled. And
he said 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
He said, by the way, we actually have some of those right here. Put it in your mouth if you want some sweet.
Oh God, I forgot we had that shit. But yeah, realistically, I'm thinking back, it couldn't have been more than 4 that I probably asked out there. Well, hang on. If I can count on more than one hand, I'm in trouble here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I would say 4, maybe a 5th. I'll just say 5 just to be generous. And I think I was asked out by 3, counting the MILF and the ugly Starbucks girl and one other girl.
I was actually a gentleman. I did get randomly asked for my number once, and that was about it. Regret that shit every day,
in true gentleman fashion, you said no. You politely declined.
I was like, yeah, so my number is 555-555.
That old Hollywood trick.
588330. If that's the number you want, call Mike Jones.
Who?
Oh, by the way, I'm not sure. We had a subject that came up recently on one of our podcasts. Not sure if you got a chance to listen, but we actually just gave some praise to
DMX.
DMX. He's just the most.
That was your last episode, isn't it?
Yeah, most talented crackhead ever.
And a great dog impersonator.
Exactly. I'm just gonna ask you, as a person from the outside, do you really think there's a better crackhead? I mean, I understand Bobby and Whitney, but like,
those two. Well, see, that's not fair because you're taking 2 people and you're comparing them against DMX. So DMX kind of loses some edge right there.
But DMX,
but if you're just taking DMX against Bobby or DMX against Whitney, that's an easy win for DMX. And
DMX understood the importance of Christmas.
DMX understood Jet Li. Come on.
Yeah, And as an Asian, that's a big thing for me. I need to know that this crackhead can have a somewhat sane conversation with.
I think most of his fucking lines in that role was with Jet Li too.
Yes, I have a tremendous amount of respect for the crackhead known as DMX. Aside from Tyrone Biggums, he might be my favorite crackhead.
Yeah, Tyrone Biggums. I mean, he's obviously the favorite, but
by a landslide. But yes, DMX, I have a ton of respect for. Still listen to some of his music, thanks to Hardball.
All of a sudden, you go out on your first date. What these bitches want from windows down. What's that 50 Cent song? Did I tell you that I played that in the car one time on the date? That 50 Cent song, Get in My Car. Yes, I remember also. Yes. You're like, when I first bought my fucking new Mercedes before that actually got totaled. I remember going to work and you were saying that I should listen to that all day, every day.
Yeah. It's got one of the greatest.
Every time your windows are down, you should be listening to Bitch Get in My Car.
Yeah, anytime you pick up a date or whoever you're dating, that's what you should be blasting on the speaker. You pick her up. And I finally got to do it with someone that I was with about 3 months ago. And I got the greatest look from her. That reaction was priceless. I'd do it again if I could, but she's a whore, so I don't talk to her.
That's good.
On to the next one.
Speaking of that, that's actually fucking it. I'm sorry, but that brings up a subject that I've been thinking of. So my girl listens to some music, always interesting, but so she was listening to this song, and even the title to me is very concerning. It is entitled Thought Box. The whole entire time they're talking about getting up in that thought box. I was just going to ask you guys, what do you think of when you first hear the term thought box?
I hope that's what's under the tree.
I think of it almost like a suggestion box, and you just kind of put it, and you guys know where. And then, later on she reads the suggestions, and then later on, you might get something that you want, like maybe, I don't know, the right Lunchable that you ask for every time.
I'm just sorry. They made this whole song about getting up in that thought box and never eating the thought box. And I'm like, dog, if you can't eat it, you probably shouldn't beat it. And by the way, that's a motto to live by. Put that shit on a t-shirt. Yeah, that's just how I'm feeling. That shit's disturbing to me. Girls, they're talking about getting with this promiscuous girl, and she's not even Gwen Stefani. All right, who the fuck was that?
Promiscuous?
I know you know that fucking song. Don't lie to me and act like you don't know that song. You are the.
I'm trying to think of the name too.
Promiscuous girl. I know what you want.
You mean by Nelly Furtado and Timbaland?
I know it's Timbaland, but I didn't hear who you said was. Who's the girl on it?
Nelly Furtado.
Furtado?
Yes.
I believe it's called I don't. All right, fuck it. Furtado.
that's what I'm calling her from now on.
I don't give a shit.
Hey, you're that retarded girl.
Shit is fucking ridiculous. But anyways, to let you know, this gentleman, MILF Prey, probably is the biggest Dave Chappelle fan I've ever met in my whole entire life.
Yes, I'm willing to say that man is probably, he's got to be my favorite comedian of all time. His co-writer for Chappelle's Show is a pretty good comedian too, but he's white, so he gets enough praise.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
I know who you're talking about.
I have no fucking clue, man. All I know
it's like Neil something.
Yeah, Neil Brennan is his name, and he co-wrote a lot of Chappelle sketches.
Yeah.
As long as he didn't do the fucking Blind Klansman.
No, I think the time traveling players, they wrote that together, and think Neil came up with the idea of
I really
shooting the plantation owner.
I really wish they would have actually had that like come all the way out pause.
I would watch that every week, just like they wanted.
That shit was hilarious. He was like, it just kind of went downhill once we shot the fucking slave owner. I could see how that might happen, but I'd still enjoy to watch it.
I stand by it. I'm one of the few that find that absolutely hilarious. That the people at Comedy Central need their shit together.
They're just sitting over here. What did that man do to anybody? You don't understand. That was his job.
That was his property. How dare they try and set it free?
I don't understand, man. It's like they built a wall. I'm like, whoa. All right. Let's just calm down here, lady. Fucking A.
But yeah, Dave Chappelle is a great comedian. Any chance I get to when I find out he's doing shows in San Francisco, I always get hyped, and then I realize that Ticketmaster is not going to let me buy those tickets, and they're going to sell out real quick.
Pretty much. Although I do hear he goes to Fillmore like all the fucking time. Like that's his favorite club.
Yeah, I forget where I heard that, but every now and then he'll make a stop there. He was in Santa Rosa. I'm trying to think. Maybe it was like 5 years ago, right before he had his big Netflix thing, and those tickets didn't even sell out that fast. Then I still ended up not going. Big mistake.
Yeah, I remember that. I was a little upset about that. But I do have to ask you, now, don't you think it's a feat for a man that was skinny as hell and goofy looking to all of a sudden become diesel as fuck and still remain funny?
Did you have to describe it that way? Sorry to cut you off. A feat, really? That's all I'm just going to say. You described it as a feat. I'm just asking, did you have to describe it that way?
I get where you're coming from. Sorry. No. By the way, since we're already on the subject of feet, something that I know a lot about.
Here we go.
God, that was even a bit much for me. So, I've just realized that people in the feet community are fucking disgusting. And yes, I'm a part of the foot community, but goodness fucking gracious, some of these guys just need to fucking relax. Like, you'll just see these people, like, just taking a normal ass photo, just like below the knee picture, feet in the sand, fucking, like feet in the water or whatever. And a fucking person will just be like, goodness gracious, I'll suck the fuck out of those toes. And I'm like, God, you couldn't even, like, just gonna randomly slide into a fucking comment on somebody's picture, talk about sucking toes. And, the funniest thing that I think is when people just take random pictures and then people in foot pages decide to tag them in pictures. Like, they'll steal the picture and then tag the person in a picture. And then it's like, oh yeah, this girl is just fucking, chilling, whatever, in sandals. And next thing you know, she's on fucking footmaster.com. Oh. I always thought that was hilarious.
Footmaster, is that a new website?
I'm working on it.
Must have missed that one.
Good.
Like, you really been searching for new websites ever since FootWiki.
I'm gonna let you know, if you want to look up something funny on FootWiki, Oprah Winfrey on FootWiki, she, I think, is voted the worst feet on FootWiki. Her feet are fucked. Like, dear God.
Any particular reason?
She has like this bulging fucking corn on the left side of her foot. Like,
just one of her feet or both?
Both. It looks like, I don't even know. It looks like a toe is growing out, but it's like needs to be watered a little bit more for it to sprout.
Oh.
But her feet are just fucking disgusting. Like, I've, goodness gracious, I've seen some ugly feet, but pretty bad. FootWiki, a great place.
So if Oprah came up to you and offered you almost all the money she ever had,
how much is
just to put some hot sauce on her toes and suck it off, You're not going to take that?
I mean, for the love of the game, but I'm just playing.
That's counting her sixth toe, too.
Just for history's sake. This one goes down for the books on FootWiki.
I'm going down on the books.
Going down on the books, going down the foots.
God. So, MILF Prey, how do you feel? What are your thoughts on feet? Am I the only Lone Ranger here?
I've never really been with anyone where feet was like their thing or they wanted anything in regards to feet, and feet's never been something a forte I've really explored. Who knows? I guess for me, that would probably be my answer. I'd have to, don't knock it till you try it type thing.
How funny would it be that you ignored it so much that it was like a problem that next time you get with the chick that you're with, you actually take a gander at her feet and it's just like she's got hobbit feet?
That is a good question. Next time I'm gonna. I hope I don't think about the foot next time.
Tell her to wear flip flops. If her flip flops are mad dirty, that's a red flag.
Yeah. So I can't even lie. It's a terrible thing. I'll just say when you're into feet and then you end up like messing around with somebody and then figuring out later that they have bad feet. Yeah.
There's butter for that.
God. I'm not even going to ask, sir.
Not speaking from experience to all of the listeners out there, but there is butter for that. So I've heard.
Put us on game. Come on now.
So you got to make it.
Ew.
Got to put a little elbow grease into that.
What is like butter supposed to be like lotion and to help like?
Well, you could use it like lotion.
Ew.
No, you can definitely use it like lotion. It's
I
also
can't.
just a sweetener flavoring.
Okay, so I got a question. Has anybody just beyond, like, just went too far beyond your level of freak? Have you ever been with a girl and she made you feel uncomfortable?
No.
I'm trying to think. What was my break? I guess I really didn't have one. I thought it was going to be at the cemetery, but even then I still managed.
God.
Fucking nasty.
Put it on a fucking tombstone and I'm going to bring it home.
Exactly.
There's
Were you there?
Reason why you should.
God. No, I wasn't there. God.
Visiting a loved one.
God.
Did you see the butter?
So there's a nice road out to the coast that has a cemetery on the side of it. And on the way home from the beach, I stopped for a minute. And she was asleep. But I woke her up. And that was her thing. She's kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. Clearly. And we planted some seeds in the ground for the grass at the cemetery.
So you're telling me you pulled out and busted... He busted on the ground?
Not on a grave. If it makes you feel better, we went to the last row, and she was over a tombstone. So we didn't desecrate anything. Although, her face, I don't know. But yes, I thought when we were there, I didn't think it was going to happen, and I was like, "This is the weirdest spot I've ever had for this," and it ended up being lots of fun. We did it 2 more times. The next 2 times we went to the beach.
Oh, I was gonna say you guys just are like graveyards our spot.
No. It was the next 2 times we were at the beach. We were like, "Hey, remember the cemetery?" And we did our thing.
I'm just gonna say it might just be me, but the beach is not a cool place to fuck. I'm just gonna put that out. I'm not sure. It happened for anybody else, but I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get this motion going. My knees are all in the sand. The sand is kind of wet and just sticking to my knees. I'm just getting gritty ass sand all over the place. All right, now sand is completely in my pants.
So the beach is not for you.
Like, I wonder where if sand's all over me, I wonder if it's all over her.
Yeah, no, not a fan of the beach. I prefer cemeteries. Yeah, not a fan of the beach. I mean, let's be honest. Who's gonna disturb you at a cemetery?
You said, "Listen here,
Your ancestors.
But somebody's got to live." Like, whoa.
If anything, we gave those ghosts a show.
They're like, "Tim, check it out. Interracial."
It's an Asian and a Mexican.
Yo, he doesn't even know it. Look at his girl's feet. They're so bad. She's got wrist straps on her feet.
Is that a fucking Live Strong bracelet on her toe?
Oh, a little scoop of butter didn't dry up.
Oh man,
that's my most dangerous sexcapade, I guess you could say.
Wait, so you were the one that got pushed to do that? Like the girl asked you? It wasn't the other way around?
The second and third time I got pushed to it. First time was just, hey, this would be a good spot. That was my idea.
Oh shit!
The second and third
you started something bad. It was like she's got a weird. It was kink Inception.
I put that idea in her head.
Yeah,
he thought he was the Undertaker.
She's pretty fucked up from even before when I met her. She'd had a confessional, if you want to call it that, at church. So she'd explored. I'm sure she's done worse.
Did she live at a trailer park?
She did affiliate with a man who lived in a trailer park.
Then she's not all the way gone. There's still hope. Once you live in a trailer park, there's no hope left.
She thought about moving out and living with that guy, but realistically, she's one of those. She's more like an all talk, like I don't need my family type thing. But as soon as she can, she's daddy's girl, and just like her mother, a bitch. No, that's not true.
I tried taking him to the cemetery. He couldn't even get half a chub. I just can't see it working out between us.
I brought him to my favorite grave. I bent over the flowers and showed him my sunflower.
Took him to Grandpa's grave. This is how he does me. No pun intended.
I took him to Grandpa's and told him to lay the paws on me.
Oh. Now her kink was pretty basic. It was a daddy dom type thing. So
interesting.
Yeah, that one got brought upon me. That bad juju. It was weird. At first. All right, so my dad was never around, so I didn't know how to act like a dad.
You're like, so I'm a leaf?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. He just disappeared.
Yeah, she's like, what's wrong, Daddy? And I'm like, Daddy's got to get some milk. I got to go.
But first, I'm going to put baby in you, then I'm going to leave.
Nah, just he hits the cold part. My dad didn't say nothing. Just leaves. Oh, that's cold. I mean, that's kind of how shit goes. I mean, I have 1,000 stories about weird shit that my dad did, and sometimes I really wish that maybe we would have left a little bit sooner before I had to succumb to some of these things. For instance, an interesting story, short, sweet. Pardon me, my rum and coke is coming back up. But I was like super young, and my dad was taking me out somewhere, and I'm pretty sure now that it was like Howarth Park. And he met up with this girl, and I'm sitting there and hearing them talk and laugh and whatever. He's trying to flirt. And then we go home, and my mom's like, oh yeah, what happened today? And yada, yada, yada. Sitting in like not a high chair, but like a booster chair because I wasn't tall enough to be at the table. And I was like, oh, yeah, my dad, he went to go see some girl. And she's like, well, really? Who is this girl? And I was like, her name is Fucka.
God.
My dad kept on calling her motherfucker. And I literally thought this human's being name was Fucka. So sometimes no stories are better than stories. You know how young you have to be to fucking not understand that? It's totally not at the right place at the right time. And apparently my first words were shit and followed by my dad's name.
Shit.
God, now you gotta beep that out.
Is that because you is that because you heard your mom say it all the time, or?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make it clear. All right.
No, he's saying it to himself. What the fuck is
talking to himself? Ah, shit.
Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Shit, fucker. Yeah, there's some great first words. I'd be proud of my kid if those were his first words.
Also, they did have a supposed drug house, and the only movie they had for my young self, which I left Rona Park when I was in 2nd grade, was Forrest fucking Gump. Do you understand? When I was 5 and 6 years old, Forrest Gump was my favorite movie.
Yes.
Your mother cares about your studies very much.
Yes, Forrest Gump is a great movie. Interesting choice to leave for your child as their only film.
I hate Forrest Gump now. Oh my gosh, Jenny is such a fucking bitch. Can we just take some time out?
That's a debate that I've had with my friends. They're all pretty much in agreement that she did nothing wrong, and I am completely on the other side of that.
She gave the fucking mentally handicapped guy AIDS and a baby that wasn't his, and she said it was his, and left him.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me, like, well, she's tortured, she goes through a lot, and she's, in the end, she's, matured and grown up and realizes her mistakes, and I'm like, yeah, she realizes she fucked up, and that Forrest Gump's got a shit ton of money, and her kid will be just, well, he's, you see how Forrest Gump is, but financially the kid's going to be all right. And
sir.
That's a clever woman.
The son's going to walk for about 3 states his own damn self.
Let's be honest. Even Forrest Gump knows he's a little not there, because at the end of the movie, he asks, he's like, is he me or is he a regular kid?
That shit was cold.
But yes, I'm 100% in agreement. Jenny is probably the biggest slut I've seen in any movie.
Jenny deserves to be she deserves to go to double hell with gasoline draws on. Fuck Jenny.
I wish she would have stayed alive longer and suffered through that age.
There's a lot of cold shit that you could do to somebody, but how are you going to do it to a mentally handicapped person? Like, she could have just gave him the kid, and that's even fucked up. She could have just been like, yo, here's a kid, it's yours. He doesn't understand. But then she's going to
brother.
But then she's going to fuck him and give him AIDS too. It's like, damn.
He went through a lot. What she did is worse than what Johnny Knoxville did in The Ringer. That's how you know she did something bad.
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
I saw that a few months back. I was in LA, and that was the only thing playing, like, on the hotel room channel. And that's a great movie.
It really is. I know it's kind of fucking crazy, but
yeah, nowadays it definitely wouldn't get made, but came out at just the right time.
The Mexican dude who lost all his fingers and told his kids, give him a stabby goodbye. Oh, that's fucked up. But anyway, Slim Papi, what are we looking like as far as time goes?
We're about an hour.
got a little bit longer to go, but for that, going to be graced with an opportunity. I will say it does have to be at least a good song, but we add to our playlist every week. It's just essentially showing good music because I really feel like you could tell a lot about a person through the music that they listen to. Yeah, people listen to shit that relates to them. So you hear these people that listen to nothing but shaking ass music. I'm sorry, you know what type of people they are.
Thought box.
Yeah. If you fucking have a guy that listens to bitches ain't shit and just nothing but fuck these hoes music and all this shit, he probably got kids and probably is still screaming out that bitches ain't shit. And he probably got a daughter. But
better edit my Spotify then.
God. But anyways, yeah, we put we have a playlist that's put together on YouTube. Just pretty much pick a song, something that you've been listening to, something that you feel like would be cool for the playlist.
Oh, something that I think would be good for the playlist.
Yeah.
Please tell me nobody's put Barbie Girl on there.
Dear God, sir. Get your fucking life together. Here, that's almost as bad as putting a condom on.
Let me think. A song I've been listening to.
It has been definitely more hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead.
I just listened to that Roddy Ricch album, and it's pretty good. I definitely recommend listening to it, but one of the standout songs on there is High Fashion featuring DJ Mustard. Very dope track. Very chill, laid back, good for cruising. So, yeah.
Okay. We'll have you go last, MILF Prey, so that way you can think of a song. There was actually a song that I was going to put on, just for the simple fact there was one line in it that I feel like really represented me as a human being. It's a song by Future, and he literally said this 3 times. He said, "I pulled it out, and now I'm about to come at her feet. Pulled it out, now I'm about to come on her feet. Pulled it out, now I'm about to come on her feet." I was like,
my anthem has been found.
It's like, I know the feeling. Sometimes you ever have a glazed foot donut?
Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like a girl would be mad that you busted a nut on her foot, but at the same time, I think they'd be more okay with that than any other body part, because then they could just let me just throw my foot in the tub real quick and just rinse that shit off.
Fucking. I mean, or if she's mad flexible, she could put that shit in the sink. She's over here fuck it. Let me just quick.
Yeah,
but I'm nasty over here. I'm like, yo, you better get that shit up off that pinky toe.
Well, I'm just saying that your girls that you mess with are pretty short, so they'd probably need a stepping ladder or something like that. Help them out, or maybe you lift them up by the hips. Yeah, just here you go.
It makes no sense for a person that's 6'3" to always be with shorter women, but women that are tall scare me. A girl about to fucking hit me, that shit might kind of hurt.
Your short girl prey.
She's over here. Oh, fuck, Erica. Damn. Bitch, I can't even breathe.
That is a tall woman's name.
Erica for sure is a WNBA name.
What's a short woman's name?
Fucking Maria.
Yep.
Notice he did not say skinny. That is not a skinny woman, especially if you're in the.
That's a whole nother category.
What is a skinny girl's name? I feel like Brittany.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Alicia.
Yeah. Then I would say a thick girl's name, but I can't be really putting my baby's mama's name out there like that. So I'm just gonna chill.
Me neither.
I don't
just call her Thickums.
No, I like my women thick.
I let my girl so thick that when I talk about my throat starts to close up.
Yeah. I don't even want to feel my toes. Nah, man, I had to drop my girl off food today at work. I was like, you mean lunchtime or whatever? She's pregnant. Got to make sure that, she's eating. So I'm dropping her off food, right? Just drop the food down. Look at her in the eyes. And, a couple of people are looking at me while she's at work. And I'm just like, damn, girl. I hope you like your niggas like you like your fries. Large.
French? Oh.
No salt.
I was expecting French.
God.
Supersized. There we go.
Curly. God. That's fucking bad.
I was going to say Chris cut, but that wasn't going to make sense. So I was just like, I ran out of options.
Early. Ooh.
That was a good one.
That's a curveball for sure.
So the song that I'm gonna add is by probably every single Puerto Rican's favorite artist.
Wait, I thought you did a Future song.
No, I said I was thinking about it just because they had that line.
Oh.
But the song is by and Pitbull's fucking Cuban. Sorry. I hate how that took so long to process.
I'm gonna have to say it. What's the difference? No, I'm just kidding.
Essentially, just the flags are a couple of different colors, but
one's got Scarface, the other doesn't have shit.
Let's see. One actually has good. I'm just playing, but anyways, this is by Terror Squad. You got Big Pun, Fat Joe, Cuban Link, I think somebody else. And this song is it's such a happy anthem. It invokes a lot of joy whenever you hear it. The chorus even has quite a catchy phrase. It goes, bet your man can't do it like that. He can't work the middle because his thing's too little. Just classic words. Definitely a sing-along tune. And Big Pun also sings the word sucia. He said, drop it up and down on my ooh-wah sucia. God. But the name of the song is Triz, which is short for train, which is short for running a train, which is short for one man, one woman, multiple men. Fun time. Can't believe these guys were so into running a train that they made a fucking song about it.
They got inspired after. All right.
I gotta listen to that one.
Do you have a song that you want to add on, MILF Prey?
Yeah, and it's for one specific line that I remember in the song, and it's Craig Mack. It's a remix. It's "Flavor in Your Ear" by Craig Mack, but it's got Notorious B.I.G. on it too. And
yeah, the remix is pretty dope.
I don't know if it's just the two of them or if there's someone else on it.
Yeah, but it has LL Cool J, I believe, and someone else. I think Diddy. Yeah,
B.I.G.'s first line in that song is, "I get more butt than ashtrays," and I never forgot that line. I haven't heard that song in a while now that I think about it, but I never forget that line because that's a pretty good double entendre. That's one of the best ones I've heard in a while. So for anyone that hasn't heard that song, specifically the remix, that'll be my recommendation.
Good choice. Very solid. Well, I don't know how you guys are on time, but I was wondering if I could do a quick little segment that I have here. Just basically, I have a sex advice Reddit post here, and I was wondering if you guys could help me out with it.
Ooh, this sounds amazing. I mean, I probably can't help, but I am interested.
I mean, just give your thoughts on it. That's all I ask. All right. Fat Papi, you still there? All right, I'm gonna take that as a no, but I think we can handle this without him. So, real quick, the title is called "Sex Without Condoms - Soreness." So, asking the question, but the Reddit post goes like this: maybe someone can enlighten me. My partner and I have been together for 2 years, and throughout that time, we only had sex using condoms. We recently had sex for the first time without them. I have a IUD. I have no idea what the fuck that is.
You really don't know what that is?
What is that? The thing, like the ring that goes up there?
Yeah, you got to be careful because you can knock one of them shits out of place, and it's an ordeal. It's an ordeal. We'll just say that.
Just knock it back in place the same way you knocked it out.
And it also does cause blood clots, but what? Tomato.
Okay, so recently had sex without them, have IUD, and not only did I feel some soreness afterwards, I experienced severe soreness, like a noticeable but not excruciating burning sensation inside my vagina, and the next day I felt completely fine. The condoms were previously used had lube on them, so maybe the soreness comes not from adding enough lube, or maybe something else. Has anyone else experienced this?
Well, me personally, I've never had anything inside me, thank God.
You've never been with a girl and been like,
I've never been
or she's just like, damn, like we gotta stop because it hurts.
Yeah,
I've never had the bad kind.
That's when you got to give them shit. I'm sorry to say. All right, then my asshole moments is coming out. Yeah, that's kind of way you just gonna. You're like, okay, and then after that, you just got to tease them like, are you sure you're ready? Are you ready like you were last time?
Damn, you are an asshole.
Yeah. But you know what? That's you don't gotta worry about it no more. I'm in a committed relationship. I'm off the market. I'm just making babies.
Now you have a fucking DUI. I mean, an IUD.
What?
I thought we were going somewhere else with this conversation. I was like, what? I gotta hear this story.
The fuck did I get a DUI or an IUD? I don't remember either of them. Did they happen at the same time?
Better than carrots.
God, fuck carrots.
Well, for me, I mean, I just say add more lube to that shit.
Just go buy some fucking.
And maybe the soreness comes from a allergy, a latex allergy, and you just get rid of the allergy irritant, and then you good.
Too. If they just started not using condoms, I would say it could be, the soreness might be, having that IUD there, or it could just be, the lube and an allergic reaction to lube. So try a different lube, and that's not it. Well, try a different one and try more of it. And that's not it. I don't know what.
One thing, if you got to tap out, then that's when you got to put that collarbone to work. I'm just saying, if you feel like you're going to be in pain, lady, you could always tap out and just toss a little neck his way. He's not going to complain.
She's literally slapping her neck on his groin.
He's like, you almost got it. Now check this out. Close your eyes and breathe in deep.
It's a different kind of sore.
Yeah. She's like, now I got tonsillitis.
Oh.
Have you guys ever got head with a condom?
No, I don't. Why waste the time? I'm offended by that.
To me, the equivalent is like having cereal with water.
I can't even lie. I
would hate that experience. I'm sure I would.
When I was young and at school, they for sure gave us like flavored condoms and shit. And no, I'm not the person to do that. I'm sorry.
And then
Like,
the
you ever
school
eat a
sluts
candy
like,
or
trust me, it
something?
doesn't even taste like what it says.
It's like, you ever eat like a lollipop or a candy and a little piece of the wrapper is still on it?
No.
Or like a popsicle? No?
Nah.
Alright, well, neither have I guess.
Yeah, I don't even know what I was saying.
Yeah,
So back to his IUD.
Yeah, that Reddit post. What was going on
fuck
there?
it. Let's get another one and pause.
All right, let me see if I could whip one up real quick. Okay, here's a one. Painful sex.
Yes.
It's a. I guess this person was trying to put down that she's 22 and the male's 24. Don't know why, but anyways, I've been with my partner for 2 years now, and sex has never been an issue until we went through a bit of a dry spell. Basically,
wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Am I an asshole for whenever I hear somebody say their partner, I think that it's a same-sex thing? Like, when's the
I
last
don't
time?
think
No, I
that
think
way.
that's pretty common. I think that's I assume that sometimes.
I
don't
feel
know
like
if
most
that
of the
makes us
time they're
bad
like,
people.
yeah, they're like, oh, it's my boyfriend or girlfriend, and then other people are like, it's my partner.
I think that's a thing that like same-sex couples do because they think it makes people feel weird. Like if someone came up to me and they're like, "This is my boyfriend," I'm not going to be like, "Oh." Fuck
I just
outta
say
here.
baby mama. No matter what situation I'm at. I'm getting an interview. I'm like, yeah, my baby mama's supposed to pick me up.
If a gay man came up to me, "This is my baby mama, Jet."
His name is Jet.
Well, I'm assuming this couple is white, so that's where that name came from.
Or just say like, it's baby mama, but it's like a gender fluid name, like Jesse.
I'm just saying.
There we go. Yeah.
Or Aaron.
Jet reminds me of fucking Sandlot. Fucking Benny the Jet Rodriguez. Pickled the Beast. Oh god, that's a whole different Sandlot.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
A whole different beast.
That's a whole different pickle. I'm sorry. Continue on.
Okay. From the top. Okay, I've been with my partner for 2 years now, and sex has never been an issue until we went through a bit of a dry spell. Basically not feeling good about our bodies, etc. So we stopped having sex for about a month and a half. After this, PIV sex? What the fuck does that mean?
I have no clue, and I'm
PNV.
disgusting.
Oh, there you go. You're
Yeah.
smart. You know your
What the fuck
mathematics
does that mean?
and education. Sir, if you don't know what that means, then
The scientific term, I believe, is PNV. Yeah, let's just say PNV.
all right.
All right,
After the sex started to get really
Man in woman.
yes, penis inside vagina.
I thought we were keeping this show G-rated.
That is the most
Fuck
vanilla shit I've ever heard in my life. I was expecting it to be something like cool, like peeing on vagina or that shit.
What, sir? Okay, no, you're nasty. Stop. Anyways,
something extra.
After this, penis and vagina sex started to get really painful to the point where I have to stop it. I don't know if it's because I'm not warmed up fully or another issue, but this is the first time it's ever happened and it doesn't appear to be getting any better. Anyone know what it could be or what I should do?
It's that IUD. No. It might, yeah, she could just not be warmed up to it.
That's what I think. I say you buy multiple dildos, different sizes, and work your way up the ladder.
I mean, you don't want to
That's
fucking
a
go
great
into
suggestion.
like you go into a girl's room and you figure out that she got like fucking 8 different dildos. Might be a little bit of a turnoff.
For who?
No, they're like she just goes.
If they
"These
ain't
are
for me,
Russian
then I'm
nesting
good.
dolls."
You know.
I do have a theory on why this is happening though.
Okay, I'm listening.
You haven't gave none to your man for a while.
Mm.
So he's a little fucking wound up. And when he finally gets a chance to get a little piece of something, he is trying to go fucking banana sandwich because he hasn't got any. Nigga's starving. He's gonna eat. Pause. Before you guys make any jokes on me. Like, you can't have a person that hasn't had sex and expect them to just be like, okay, let me just go real slow and no. He's going for his best time. He's trying to go as hard as he possibly can. And it probably doesn't help that it hurts. So that way he's like, okay, I'm going banana sandwich, and now I'm gonna have to wait 2 more weeks before I have any more sex. So then he's doing the same shit over and over again. Yeah, you might just have to suck it up and suck it up.
Another case closed with some good dome.
Yeah, everyone in the comments are saying just more foreplay. I mean I think that's fine too. You know, I think that's something that guys kind of fuck up on. It's like I'm guilty of that. Just like no foreplay, just straight to it.
I find it entertaining.
It's like, let's see what you can do.
Get them all pissed off, angry, to the point where they almost give up and they don't want to anymore.
You're like, hey, look, so do you want me to lay down, or are we doing this? Well, I'm saying we're going to do it now, but like, geez, you could have at least like sucked on a titty.
Just try it.
You're just like, all right. So you mind if I turn off the slow jazz? Rather just hear you breathing.
I've never done that. His whole penis through the pajamas thing. I have never done that.
It's very efficient.
That is,
when you're in a time crunch, you got to do it. Just
anywhere counts. Okay, then sure. I thought we were just strictly pajamas.
Hey man, sometimes when you're wearing your outside clothes, you gotta do it one time through the Levi's. Hey man, you gotta make shit happen.
So
I think what's that Ben Stiller movie? I always think about that. There's something
there's something about Mary.
Yeah, that terrifies me to this day. It's one of my irrational fears. The little guy getting.
Yeah, that's why I get the Levi's with the buttons instead of the zipper.
I was like the nut in the hair. I was like, you just gotta keep a little better placement on stuff.
I've never had that problem. That's for sure. Never missed the shot.
All right, so let's get one more. Let's try to help one more person out. Let's just make this. Let's look for the most disgusting fucking one of them all. Like, I'm talking, my boyfriend was sucking my titty and then I started lactating, but he didn't know I was pregnant because it's not his. Like, I need some shit like that.
I thought I found one, but it was quite the long story. I see some good ones in here though. Let's see, STD one, but that one's a long one too. Damn. I don't want to bore you guys with the whole fucking paragraph.
Well, in the meantime, I did see something funny now.
Okay, this one, it's a little long, but I'll try to
pause.
I'll try to go through it as quickly as possible. Does anyone have good tips for finding the pussy/asshole with your dick?
Oh, you got the slide downs. Oh, I remember those days.
So I feel like in general, I've gotten worse at this. What I'm talking about is you fool around, she's wet, and then you both decide to fuck. But when I decide to take the initiative, I seem to struggle to find the right way in. For the pussy, it just happens to be some kind of lips caught in each other situation. I'm pretty sure for the butt, geez, it's like I have no ability at all sometimes. And then when we're both horny and impatient, I'm pressing up hard and down when I really want to enter her slowly and just a bit in order for her to get used to the size and calm down. Things get a little worse because if we were doing anal, she gets very excited as well. And when things aren't going well back there, she can get very frustrated very quickly and essentially turn herself off with anticipation. So anyways, does anyone have any good tips on how to find the asshole with your dick and gently enter? I feel like I used to do this thing where I'd find it with my finger first and then then I have my dick follow that, but it seems to work less now. Also, before you all say communicate or let her guide you, we do, and she tries, but I have mentioned there's a bit of time/concentration issue, so I need the strategy too if we're going to make this happen. So that was the whole post.
Butt plug.
All right,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Go ahead. I'll wrap this one up. Pause. I ain't wrapping shit up.
That's pretty much the only thing I could suggest is, have that if he's looking for P and V. Then he can have the butt plug.
I think he had the right idea of doing the finger thing. And I also think you have the right idea with the butt plug. But what I'm going to do to enhance that and like take it like from beginner to like advance is treat it like an Indiana Jones movie where you just real quick take it out and then replace it with your dick.
Ooh.
You could wear a hat, the whole 9 yards. You can like make a giant like boulder behind you if you want to like really get into character. Yeah, it's all
what you got.
You might like the whip too.
Mm-hmm. What you got to do is you got to get a mouse trap, right? You got to put your junk on one end of the mouse trap and the fucking butt plug on the other end. And when it's time, you take the cheese off.
Oh.
No, but
there's a comment here that says use your finger as like the safety bars at a bowling alley. You'll always make it in, may not get a strike every time, but points are points.
Pointing. All right. So I've definitely had the slide down problem myself. One thing that you can always get away with and not look like a fucking complete idiot, if you're trying to get some pussy, just slap your meat on her clit a couple of times and then just literally apply pressure as you start going down until you slide in. That works. And then as far as, just hitting her in the chocolate starfish or trying to fuck that sunflower, it's got a lot of give. Try some lubricant. And don't just think you're going to be able to put just lubricant on her ass and not on yourself. If you're really trying to get in there, sorry, you got to get silky.
Yeah, that's why I was just about to say, like, you said put some lubricant. I'm like, I think you have to put a lot. Like,
yeah, you really got to. I'm going to tell you one thing. God, I have too much experience with this. Look, if you just want to make it easy for yourself, just put some lubricant on her ass and put some lubricant on your dick and you'll be fine. Don't be over here trying to be fucking extra like me and trying to just put it in one place. Or, you know what? Just spit in her butt right before. Drink a whole bunch of water right before. Get a
I also think if you're impatient in bed, anal isn't the way to go.
Oh yeah,
that's
anal becomes painal.
Yeah, that's a thinking man's game. that's a you over here trying to play checkers while we playing chess.
Nah, them niggas over here trying to play rugby while these niggas playing tennis.
Yeah,
it's a lot more of a violent sport. If you're not careful, somebody's gonna get hurt.
And a finger will go somewhere you don't want it to go.
Or you ended up going somewhere that you didn't know that you'd like to go.
Hey, someone's got. Nah.
All right, so I'm going to ask you guys a stupid question, and it's probably just fucking me because that's how my life goes. Have you guys ever played a game like during sex? Have you guys ever had like a sex game that you played with your partner?
Yeah, my favorite one was find out if you're pregnant. We would just do the deed, get plan B, since we're there at the drugstore and they had like an ice cream parlor type thing going on, we get a scoop of ice cream and then just wait it out and see if she got pregnant later.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, MILF Prey?
Have we ever played a game? Just the basics, like the choking game, but
It ain't a game for me. That shit's serious.
That's not. It's bad.
I'm trying to think of a game. No, I mean, I would call her by her cousin's name, but that wasn't. That's not. I don't think that was a game. Well, okay, that's a bit of a weird story. So, all right, here we go. I'll try to make this short and sweet. So I was with this girl, but before I was with her, we worked together and we were just talking at work, and a different job than where we were at. And she found out that I went to school with her cousin, and I was like, "Oh, I actually had like a super fat crush on your cousin." So later on, I never ended up with her cousin, but I ended up with this girl that I worked with. And in the middle of it one time, she was the one that asked me. She goes, "Do you ever stop and pretend that I'm my cousin?" And I looked at her dead in the eyes, and I was "Why do you think I'm always finishing so fast?" And she got off the ride pretty quick, but that was actually pretty cool because she had a good sense of humor about it, surprisingly. But yeah, the next couple of times we fooled around, I would always refer to her by her cousin's name.
Sad part was you were serious as fuck.
Yeah, and
guys over here, Maria, you remind me of a West Side Story.
I think that's a classic case of don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Yeah.
Well, the last time it happened, though, she stopped me. She's like, "Okay, wait, are you really picturing her?" And I was like, "No, I just like pissing you off because it makes the sex angrier."
Yeah, that's a classic move of just get them mad just for the angry sex.
Yeah, so next time you guys want angry sex, call your girl her cousin's name.
I don't think that'll work for me, but I'll keep that in my back pocket.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take it out of my back pocket and I'll just like put it somewhere outside.
Yeah, my girl's Puerto Rican, so just all Puerto Ricans are never more than like 3 feet away from a knife at any point of time. I don't know how it works, but it's just kind of how it is. So
I don't know if that's the worst thing I've even said during sex, because with that same girl, we were having sex, and she goes, "Don't come inside me." She goes, "I don't want to get pregnant." And I said, "Well, didn't you tell me you've always wanted to kill someone?"
Oh, damn. She must have one hell of a fucking humor. Just like,
oh yeah.
if you just keep fucking her and she's hearing all this shit. Was she the one? Was she the one at this cemetery?
Cemetery, yeah, that was cemetery.
Okay, yeah, okay, this makes sense. So this is light work for her.
She's just like, haha, that's so funny. Turns to the left, just a fucking single tear. She wipes the tear off and rubs it on her nipples. Like, all right, I'm back.
And then I lick. No. But yeah, that when I said that, she kind of just rolled her eyes and we kept going. I was like, this is a keeper. And then she cheated.
It happens. All right, so my game was really stupid. Probably the stupidest game I think ever. So the game was called Guess Where You Are. I would sit there. I'd have to be blindfolded. And then they would put me in random places and I would have to guess where I was. They would tap me on the leg and I would be like, "Oh, I'm in your mouth. I'm in your butt." I'm like, yeah. That was the stupidest game I think I ever played.
It's like a Where's Waldo?
Did she ever like give you like the back of the knee?
There was a weird time where I like, where am I? They were like, "Look. Oh, that's an armpit."
Ew.
Got deodorant on my dick. I'm just playing.
The degree, no. Yeah, I just thought that's kind of weird, but I did think also it would be kind of cool to get some back of the knee action, because there was one time with my girl, she had back of the knee sweat. I thought that was the hottest shit ever.
Oh my god! All right, I'm supposed to be the nasty one. I don't get this.
Hey man, I found my kink. You got feet, I got knees. I got needs.
God.
Yeah, so just think about that, you know.
Hold on. Nope, we're not finished. I'm going on our Googles. We gotta find one thing before we leave.
This is a real kink?
I'm looking it up. I am looking it up.
Oh, this is just exclusive for my girl though. I'm not around here looking at back and knees of other girls.
That's how it starts.
I'm a 2-knee type of guy.
I mean, any more than 2. Behind the knee is another nerve-rich area where not often touched. Touching the back of the knee and leading up to the thigh is very intimate. You're not the only one.
Hey, dog. Hey, I'll tell you this. I remember on the episode Family Guy, Quagmire said that's where the 4th hole is. You just gotta imagine it.
No, the 4th hole is when she's laying on her stomach and she puts her legs up and you just shove both of her feet together and make love to her arches.
That's just foot sex, sir. Sorry.
That's
sorry to break it to you.
That's a hole. You put those feet together. That's a hole. You can't.
No, it just made you feel whole.
Yeah, it did.
What is this? The Harlem Struggle?
She did the 2-step on my shit. Oh, do you ever think the term "sea walk" came from? No.
You got her foot pregnant. You had to go get some step 2.
Yeah. I had to take her to Dr. Scholl's. All right, man. Fucking A. That's I think that's another episode of the Fat Papi Slim Papi podcast. Thank you for listening. You could listen to us on all streaming services. You could also check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on our Instagram page at FPSP podcast on Instagram. Yeah, I fuck that up every single time. Yeah, thank you to our guest, MILF Prey. Is there anything that you want to shout out? Do you want, shout out your Instagram or maybe
just some final words or something like that?
Yeah. Your Christian Mingle account. I know on Christian Mingle you go under Lord Longrod on Christian Mingle.
That was my old name. Now it's just Christ's Cross because I'm hung.
Christ's Cross because he's turning her around.
No, this has been a hell of a time. I'm glad I finally got to make it on here. I got tons of more stories if you ever need them, and I'll try.
You're always welcome.
I'll try to be a bit more coherent. I felt a little like not as bad as DMX, but a little bit there.
I mean, at least you didn't start barking and singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So
I was about a half second away from barking when you said DMX, but I thought no, because I can't do it justice. I'm no DMX, and I'm also not on crack.
Well, that's one piece of the puzzle. Yeah.
But baby, it's snowing outside.
But yeah, definitely you're welcome on the podcast whenever. Yeah, just any parting words, anything you want to say, any shout outs, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Oh, not by name, but she knows who she is. She broke me. No. Well, we will not give her the time of day. Not like that. Not like that. That made it sound like That made it sound like a
been
pegging.
a fun time. Damn.
It sounds like I'm gonna have to come back.
After you're broke.
Not like that. This
After
isn't
she breaks you in.
No, it's
She
not
broke
Rocky
out.
4.
That was a breakout performance.
I need to go back to the
gosh.
cemetery.
All right.
Said
Well,
she the best running back.
well,
Saquon Barkley. God, don't call a woman Saquon Barkley. Oh, sorry.
well, we'll end it on this note. If you can't eat it, you shouldn't beat it. We out, y'all.
Peace. Say no to the thought box.
All right, cool.
Everybody fucking just hangs up, I guess. I guess that's this one.